Hi, welcome. This is a video on what to expect from your maths faculty remote lessons, and more specifically on how to use Hegarty Maths. So first of all, on remote lessons, all of the lessons are being provided as videos by a maths teacher. Might not be your son or daughter's teacher, but they are a maths teacher within the maths faculty. They are the actual lessons that your son or daughter would have had if they had been in the classroom. One thing that we are noticing, students need to use their time wisely. Do not spend a whole lesson on the starter. Only about 10 minutes needs to be spent on the starter. Move on and ask for help on anything you struggle with. You do not have to make notes on every slide. Your teacher will guide you on to what's important, but the best bit is to get onto the achieve part of the lesson, to have a go at applying your knowledge and making sure that you are writing down any workings, and more importantly, asking for help if you need to. And be really specific. Say exactly what it is. If possible, take a photograph to show your teacher exactly what it is that you're trying to have a go at. So Hegarty Maths is a big part of our offering that we have at Priory. So I'm just going to kind of go through a little bit of things that you might not know about it and how we use it. So first of all, logging in, you'd log in with your student login. If you haven't done this on a device before, you will have to put in the Priory Community School. So you'll need your first name, your last name and your date of birth. If you set a password, you'll be asked to enter it. Otherwise, you would set your password. If you cannot remember, that's fine. Just press the reset password button and your teacher will reset it. Next time you go in, you'll be asked to put your password in again. So this is the home screen that most of you, if you've used it already, will be familiar with. A couple of things here. First of all, my tasks. They are the tasks that are being specifically set by your teacher, which you need to complete. So make sure you're checking that regularly and actually having a go at the tasks that you are asked to do. Next to that is a little red bell. These are the notifications. So any messages you get from your teacher and a reply to your comment or feedback from your homework will be there. So go make sure you're having a look at those and seeing what the teachers said. Now, in addition, for every lesson that we are posting, we're also providing additional help. So we're saying what Hegarty Maths lesson or task it relates to. So if you want to do a little bit more, you're not sure what happened in the lesson, you're not quite sure how it went, then you can type in there either the topic or the clip number, and then you can actually do the task. A task does not have to be set for you to do it. So once we get into Hegarty Maths, or you've had a task set, there are two elements to each task. There is a video and there is a quiz, and they both go hand in hand. Okay, the idea is not to just go and do the quiz. The idea is to work through the video first, making sure you're looking, writing down examples, and then have a go at practicing by doing the quiz. So watch the video, take notes of all the modelled examples, and make sure that you are writing down the things that you think are useful. Now, the important bit about this is it becomes a really good revision tool, and it also helps with your long-term memory. Once you've done the video, then have a go at the quiz. Again, making sure you're writing down all your workings and you're marking as you go by checking the answer within Hegarty Maths itself. Now remember, a great mathematician always shows their working. They don't just put an answer down because that doesn't really help anybody. They do need to show how they've done it. So what do you do if you get stuck? There's a couple of things. You can watch the video again. So you can go back and make sure that you haven't missed anything or you've misunderstood something. But you also, every single task has what we call building blocks. These are the lessons that support the lesson you're doing. So if you haven't done well in those previous building blocks, it's worth going back and having a go, redoing those to try and improve your score in those to then help you with that particular task. In addition, when we are in an actual quiz, if I get stuck here, I can click on the Get Help. Now this will take me to a video of a very similar example. So there we go. There is an example. You notice the numbers are different. You can also get help from your teacher, and this is a really important point. You can send a comment to your teacher on the relevant question you are struggling with, so they can see which question you're struggling with, how you've answered it, and then give you some feedback. So why do I always have to watch the videos? There's lots of reasons for this. It ensures you'll be very successful. It gives you practice on taking your own notes and being very, very independent. It helps with your long-term memory as well, the fact that you've written it down. It helps with understanding method marks. It's really good for revision, and it also helps your teacher see what it is you've done, and then if there's any misconceptions, can actually help with that. So what happens when a student doesn't watch the video? Well, often the student gets quite frustrated and they don't always improve because they tend to stay at the same level. They tend to stay at things that they can do rather than watching the video and improving and getting better. So something to be aware of is your teacher can tell whether you've watched a video or not. So here we go, we've got some quite low scores there, and we can see how much time was spent on the actual quiz. So they're not very long, 2 minutes, and we can see whether the video has been watched or not. So often feedback from your teacher will be instantly, well, have a go at watching the video. Now, I know that doesn't always mean you're going to understand, so please then use the comment facility to talk to your teacher and get some additional help. Now, what if you've done all your lesson work? What else can you do? And obviously, you can use Hegarty Math. It doesn't have to have tasks set. As I said before, you can search for specific topics. But on your main screen, you've got your donut, and it tells you all the ones that you've done. The green are 100%. It tells you all the ones you haven't done, which are the blue. But then more importantly, it shows you those green and those orange ones. And it's good for you to actually come back and have a go again at those orange, certainly the red ones and maybe the orange ones, to try and improve your score. Again, use the videos to help and support you. You've also got the Fix Up 5. Hegarty remembers every mistake you've ever made and generates a quiz with 5 questions from different parts of maths that you are weak on, so you can redo them with the video and Fix Up. So these don't have to be set by your teacher. This is again something that you can go and have a go at. So because it's actually using how you're doing, this is personal to you. So this is a really, really good tool to help you improve on anything that you haven't done very well on, and it'll be very, very specific to your needs. You can also use the memory. These are basically little revision quizzes that are created. They are created weekly, and they can be part of your home learning, but you can always do as many as you like. And if you go to My Tasks, you'll see you've got the memory option there. And if you go into that, it will say what quizzes, it will say whether you've achieved your weekly goal and how many points you've scored. So it will create you a personalised quiz. So this is specifically for you. And in there, you will then complete 10 questions and you will get a score. It will give you a stamp to say that you've actually completed it for that day, which is great because it'd be really good to get into the habit of doing these every day. And it will give you a point score, which then goes on to your system. The harder the question gets, the more points you earn. So it's useful to actually not just do lots and lots of simple ones, but actually push yourself onto the harder questions. It will rank you compared to the other classmates for that week, so you can see how you compare with your other students in your class, which for some people can be a motivation. So remember, there's lots that you can use Hegarty Maths for. It's really good in making you a successful mathematician. It can be hard work, but there's lots of support available to help and support you. Your teachers are on hand to help you if there's things that you struggle with within Hegarty Maths. So please make sure you are using that. If there are any other questions that you need to ask, then feel free to contact me on my email, lois.kerrison@pcsa.org.uk. Thank you.